Hey guys, Wolldog here. Just want to give you a heads up. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties on this episode. That falls on me. Go easy on me. I apologize. I tried to clean it up as best I could, so hopefully you guys can still enjoy it. But we'll get it fixed on the next episode. Again, my apologies, but enjoy this episode of Charger Chat.
Harbaugh now heads to the Los Angeles Chargers.
He wins everywhere. He wins, period.
Justin Herbert, he's a crown jewel.
Well, you guys better enjoy this.
Quick snap, Herbert to throw.
Has a man, touchdown.
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
I was just trying to show off, you know.
We're going to be known as world champions. And we're gonna do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than that?
Well, howdy doody there, folks. Welcome back to another Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Got some players, boys.
That's right. It's been a busy week. Let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
I was with Kevin in Vegas for a couple of days. That hoo-hoo was fake. He is not at full steam right now.
Yeah, I was waiting. How did Vegas go? I was expecting like a video of you like putting chips down on 10 and hitting 10.
I hit 10 once. Nobody was recording because Kyle wasn't there yet, but I did. Justin Herbert did pay me. He paid me some money.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Well, folks, we've got a heck of an episode lined up for you. We've obviously got some stuff that's happened since the last time we recorded. And we've also got a new Adam Mundwarf segment for you and an Ask Boltfam lined up for you. Yeah, the Mundwarf is back, baby.
I didn't know Adam was back.
He's back.
I didn't know that. I'm excited.
Yes. So let's waste no time. Start at the top. We're not going to necessarily go in order here, folks. We're going to start with most exciting because,
the biggest.
Listen, when you and Kyle get together,
Good shit happens.
good shit happens.
Or we lose Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
It's big,
But
it's a big deal.
yeah,
Big stuff happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this time, we got a big ticket.
a big ticket.
That's all right. We're talking about Mekhi Becton, baby. He is now a part of the Chargers, the most recent Super Bowl winning guard from the Eagles. And I couldn't be happier to get this guy.
Yeah, 2-year deal, $20 million. We waited out like 3 or 4 guys that got signed for way bigger contracts than this. And granted, Mekhi Becton was a tackle that was converted to guard this last season, but he played absolutely out of his mind.
Oh yeah.
So
He was that was the best offensive line in football. He was a part of it.
People are saying he's the best free agent guard that there was out there. But instead, 3 guys went ahead of him, and we got him for a $10 million a year deal.
2 years, $20 million.
He's people were kind of getting down on Ortiz, but he's getting what we need.
And
How big of a sigh of relief when this signing happened too. It was just like thank
you.
you know, like there's still moves to be made, but
Absolutely.
just that one move is a deep sigh.
That was a big one. Yeah.
There's stuff going on. They have a plan. Obviously, they waited out some of the big and kind of snuck this in, but like backdoor, hey, we're just going to sign a Super Bowl champion guard that's 365 pounds and just
6'7".
absolutely mauls people. Yeah,
Insane.
like this. I mean, now you can start to put together the pieces of the O-line, right? Like you have Mekhi Becton. Now Bozeman doesn't seem like as giant of a hole if he is the center. I'm not saying he is, but now like my head can kind of start to put puzzle pieces together. You might be trying to shove one in still as of right now with the roster we have.
Yeah.
But I think if you give it enough gusto, you could get it in there. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that it's 2 year, $20 million. I was talking to Kevin about this earlier. Like that is a fantastic contract because I think the biggest worries about Mekhi Becton is injury and how he played at the tackle position. Now, granted, that's not where he's going to be now. He's going to be on the guard side, but 2 years, $20 million, like this isn't the JC Jackson. Give him a big 5-year deal, throw all the money at him and have it turn into an absolute turd. This is a great deal where like, if he doesn't produce the results that we want, you're not tied down to some big ass major contract. And the guy is amazing. Like, I mean, comparatively to what he played with this team with the Eagles last time, I think this is fantastic.
Well, and he's only 25. So
I know that's the other great thing.
So he's got another contract coming out after this. This is kind of like a buffer contract that if he plays well and we re-sign him, it's just cool to see what's happening.
Yeah. And you know who's happy
it's like
about
a
this?
prove. It's like a little bit of a prove that you're actually that guard kind of deal because top guards in the league are getting $20+ million a year. So we got him for half
exactly.
that price. I mean, he's down in the mid-level type of good guard that you pay. He's not even top 20 guard is what we're paying him, and on a new deal. So it's like, yeah, I mean, Ortiz may have had some of those other guards that went before higher up on his like want board, but he just wasn't going to overpay. It was going to be one of these guys is going to fall out from that first wave, and then we'll be able to scoop him up a really good player on a much better deal for the team.
And how many quarterbacks in this league do you think could see over the right side of our line?
That's very true.
Not many. So your quarterback being 6'6" makes this a little easier to work with, because that right side of the line, dude, you're 6'7" and 6'6". That's insane.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, Najee Harris is going to look like Darren Sproles.
Exactly. Everything is all to scale now.
And it's not just 6'5", 6'6".
No one's going to see him.
That's probably like 700 pounds combined between Joe Alt and Mekhi Becton.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah, it probably is. So
he's 360 and 330 something. So it's
pretty close to 700.
Good math, though. It's almost 700 pounds. Yeah.
Price is right. That did not go over, Bob.
Yeah, you did not go over $1, Bob.
That's right. And it was awesome. Like as soon as it was announced, Chargers showed like he was already at the building. He was already there.
Yeah.
Met up with Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh just looks happy as a clam right now.
There's a picture floating around.
There's a few
of Harbaugh just looking up at him in awe. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen one because he did it with Joe Alt when he brought Joe Alt in and did like the back-to-back. Let's see how tall you are. But he did that with I think he did it with Ortiz back-to-back with Mekhi Becton. That was a big difference. Well, folks, the other big name that we heard about, and this is very exciting. This was a very divisive pickup.
Yeah.
There's some people are really like not for this, but I am, and I know you are. The Najee Harris signing, our new running back with the Chargers, previously with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, I don't know what there is not to like about this guy. He's played in every game. He's had over 1,000 yards every season that he's played.
Yeah.
Guy gets touchdowns. He almost averages 4 yards a carry for the entirety of his career.
Fumbled 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 fumbles in his career.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is like absolute bruiser type stuff that we're looking for, like crazy consistency on the field. It has been said that he doesn't have the breakaway speed, but at this rate, if you're running 4 yards a carry, we're first down city. So,
yeah.
I'm excited about the consistency in this. I'm very curious what's going to happen with that second running back. I think JK may or may not come back now. Because I don't see how you sign Najee Harris and then because his contract's incentive based.
Absolutely.
So like if you're not like promised you're coming in as the number one, what? You wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sign that deal because you're only going to make like 5.5 or 6 unless you hit your incentives. So I think this says that he's our number one running back. And then this makes more sense now to bring in a, second round, maybe first round running back to sit behind him.
Absolutely.
And get heated up and keep in mind, it's only 1 year.
Huh? So
that feels like a 1 year stopgap to get whoever they draft early up to speed, ready to rock and spell Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
think something that's clear in the way that we're handling this free agency and last year, we want to build in the draft. That's the desire, but we also
100%.
want to win right now. So it's like the desire, all these 1 year deals, we know we're just buying time to get enough drafts under our belt to erase what Tom Telesco did to get us in a spot. Obviously, he had some good first round picks, Justin Herbert, Rashawn Slater. We have some guys on the team for sure. But to kind of get their guys in, it's going to take 2-3 years to get all of your draft picks up and running and up to speed. So you get these guys on 1 year deals that want to prove it, want to make more money, and then you let them go. And then guess what? Once after that 1 year and they walk, you get like if Najee has a huge year, goes and signs somewhere for $15 million a year, you're getting a 4th round pick. So that's kind of the system that you can very much see that they're implementing.
Right. There's no sense of urgency. Like we got to get all of these guys. It's like, we can take our time, man. Like there's no rush. And because of that, now you're getting great deals like you did with Mekhi Becton and Najee Harris as well. Again, I don't understand the negativity about picking him up. I think this is a fantastic pick. And another fantastic pick is a very familiar face.
This hit me right in the feels, dude. I got so freaking excited for this.
Such another just great signing because, one, we know him. Two, he's got chemist. Justin Herbert knows him
big time.
And he's just going to fit right in. And again, it's not like you're not relying on this guy to carry the team. And I'm talking about Mike Williams, the rejoined wide receiver for the Chargers, has now come back 1 year removed. Took a year off, played with some other teams. Didn't go as well as he hoped, as he said himself in his own presser. He's like, wasn't a great year for me.
No.
But
it was awful, and he laughed about it very much. Well, you got him back 1 year later for half the amount of money.
Yeah.
That's
a quarter of the money. We were paying him $20-something million. That's
right. Yeah.
That's why we had to cut him.
Yeah, it was like 12 against the cap or something.
And,
so that's crazy.
Yeah. See, you got him back for $6 million for 1 year. And another one that there was mixed emotions about the signing. But how could you be upset with $6 million for Mike Williams? You just paid Jalen Reagor $2 million.
Right.
That's a similar contract value as far as like the crazy grade that is now. You're paying receivers $40 million a year. It's like $6 million for Mike Williams all day. Like, he's your deep ball guy. We all know Quentin Johnson can't do that. Quentin Johnson's not going to be your deep. He doesn't have to be anymore. This can be your bona fide X that you isolate and go take off the top. And then you have Ladd and QJ or anybody else that we add into the lineup to be on that other side, to run rub stuff and to be able to be dynamic. But now Q gets to let go of all of that pressure of having to be the deep ball guy.
Absolutely.
Well, and remember when we first started this podcast, we came in, I remember vividly, the first thing we talked about was the year that before we started this podcast was when Mike Williams caught the overtime pass from Phillip Rivers in the end zone to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's a Chief killer.
He will always be a Chief killer.
Yes.
We play our best against the Chiefs when he's on the team and he's making those back shoulder fades into the end zone. He is what we remember. I just have a feeling that this will be a pleasant surprise to absolutely everyone. And I think he's going to be great this year.
It's going to be interesting also to see what number he ends up getting.
He said 7.
He mentioned 7, so
high school and college.
He doesn't sound like the type that's like tied to a number. He's like, I don't care. I think I'll wear 7 in college. Maybe I'll wear that.
Yeah.
So some other names that we did see, some guys that we're bringing back that we had on the team last year. Taylor Heineke agreed to a 1-year extension worth up to $6 million.
What do you think this means for Easton?
Oh, he's absolutely gone.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I think we'd use one of those 6-rounders, one of those 4 6-rounders we have on the third stringer for camp and shelve them on the practice squad.
And hey, we still got a San Diego Charger on this team.
That's your sweet ass we did. We got 2 now.
Yeah.
We got 2.
Now we got 2.
Mike and
will too. Yeah.
Denzel.
I think we got Mike when we first moved to LA.
No, he didn't. He was there for 2
yeah,
weeks. He was there for like 3 weeks or something. He said that he was at the
training facility for 3 weeks, but I don't think we were in San Diego.
But he never
anymore.
played as a San Diego.
Oh, he didn't?
Charger.
Okay, I thought he did.
No, yeah. That's okay. We got 1. Hey, that's all we need is 1, baby.
We got 1.
So Perryman is still with the Chargers, 1 year, $3.6 million deal. Fantastic. Love that. Yeah, I mean, he was just hitting people so hard last year.
If he can stay kind of healthy this year, that was just the problem last year. But they have enough confidence in him to bring him back for another smaller contract.
I mean, he was the team captain too, so I mean, it's all about the culture, man. These guys are still building the Harbaugh culture and having people like Denzel Perryman, even having people like Bradley Bozeman, man. If the players love them, those are good signings, man.
Well, and let's hope Colston steps up so that way Denzel doesn't need to play that much. So we can keep him slightly healthier. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's time for him to get up in there.
He was dealing with an injury, so hopefully that's all shored up. Everything's taken care of, and we can see some junior back out there alongside with Troy Dye, another linebacker, also back. 2-year, $5.5 million deal. So with a chance to 8.5. That's awesome. Good for you, Troy.
Special teamer. We needed that after we lost Nick Neiman.
Well, I don't know. Troy was out there.
But that's why the $2.75 million is the base. That's the special team rate. And then if he plays a bunch on defense, that's why he has those incentives to bump up to get up to $8 million, because he was not a break glass in case of emergency bad option. He went in there and he played well. He had like 10 tackles in a game. And he's kind of that tweener kind of body where you could work him in on packages when you have nickel and it's an obvious passing down, but you want a little bit more size in a safety. I think it's a great chess piece that you have and an incredible special teamer. So I think that's a big signing. Now, if you're signing him to be your starting linebacker, that's tough. But when you have Dayon, Denzel, and Junior all in the linebacker room, you got your 3 studs already lined up.
Right. And there's another linebacker in the mix that we picked up, veteran linebacker Del'Shawn Phillips, signing a 1-year deal with the Chargers. Phillips comes to Los Angeles, appearing in 72 career games, including the postseason with Houston, Baltimore, and the New York Jets and Buffalo.
He's a serious special teamer.
Absolutely.
He has like more special teams like tackles than like anyone in the league or something.
I believe it.
That. So this is very much Troy Dye was like adjacent Nick Neiman signing. This is the Nick Neiman.
This is full Neiman.
100%. This is full Neiman.
You never go full Neiman.
Well, unless your name is Del'Shawn Phillips, then hey, we need that. Come on, be full Neiman, please. And then we also saw we lost Morgan Fox. I think he went to the Falcons.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Bummer to see. And we know that we lost Poona Ford, so we knew that we needed to get some tackles, some defensive tackles on the line. And we did pick up a couple. One of those was Naquan Jones. Over 4 pro seasons, Jones has appeared in 48 regular season games with Tennessee and Arizona, making 8 starts. 6'3", 313-pound defensive lineman, total 89 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 11 tackles for a loss, and 4 pass breakups. Need that big boy on the line.
Yeah, feels like a guy that needs to prove himself a little bit. He's not like a staple guy, but I think this is a great, fill it in with some strong, hard-nosed football players.
Which is, I think, what the free agency should be all about.
Maybe these are the Poona Ford guys. Like they have.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
have a great year, and they turn out and they get big contracts in the year, and we get even more comp picks.
Yeah, if it's the right fit, if the Harbaugh, Ortiz, Ben Herbert culture is right for them, then we might see some diamonds in the rough with these guys, and that also includes this other guy, Deshaun Hand. The Chargers agreed to terms with defensive lineman Deshaun Hand. Comes to Los Angeles after appearing in 64 career regular season games, 13 starts with Detroit, Tennessee, and Miami. 7-year vet has totaled 102 tackles, 5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, 12 tackles for a loss, 4 forced fumbles, and a pair of recoveries over his career. Yeah, Hand was a 4th-round pick by the Lions in the 2018 draft. So I feel like this is not the end of free agency, at least not by a long shot, because I think the Chargers now have the 5th highest cap. I think we're sitting at 60 some mil.
I feel like there's still something brewing. Like it feels like we're obviously needing to pay Rashawn. I would love that. That would be an interesting one. I know they asked Mike Will in his presser about it, and he was kind of like, gosh, golly, gee,
That sure would be swell.
That would be cool. I guess they hang out every day in the offseason or every other day.
They certainly keep in touch.
That doesn't hurt with the recruiting factor. And, Harbaugh's smart. He's a recruiter. That's what he did in college.
Absolutely.
You sweeten the pot a little bit.
Yeah. Come on. So I think this is definitely not the end of free agency. We will see more players get picked up. There might be trades worked out here.
The more I'm looking at our picks, the more it feels like we have some like trade up packages.
There are.
So there might be some guys in those first 3 rounds that you could jump 5 to 8 spots.
Yeah.
And package something. You know what I mean? It feels good. I feel like that, just moving and shaking is possible.
That's an absolutely great point. This chunk of money we might be saving to move around in the draft a little bit more. So it's going to be an exciting offseason. We're going to save some of that money too into the regular season so that if we need to pick anybody up like we did last year, we might need to do that. So hold on tight, everybody. It's going to be a fun ride. And you know what else is fun is our Patreon. Patreon.com/ChargerChat. Check out all the fun, silly videos we got over there. Some great times. And we've been looking at players most recently. So if you want to check out some of that stuff, head on over to patreon.com/ChargerChat. But if you don't want to go over there, it's A-OK. You can go on over to our regular website, ChargerChat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there, T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chat tiers in the member section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check out ChargerChat.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us. It helps us out a ton. So pretty please, with sugar on top, hit that button. All right, folks, like I said, we've got a new Adam Mundwarf segment lined up for you. What is he going to talk about? I mean, it's a dice roll with it. A Mundwarf. So
music video. We can get him cooking steaks.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
What do we got? Let's find out.
Happy New League Year, everybody. That's right. According to my calculations, it's March 12th, 2025. And at about 4 p.m., perhaps Eastern, Central, maybe Mountain. That's where I am. Or maybe Pacific time. I don't remember what time it. New League Year today. One of the best days of the year. It's right up there as one of my favorite days of the year. It's right up there next to a St. Patty's, or what I call a St. Laddy's Day. Or it's right up there next to like a Thanksgiving. God, who doesn't like that? Gravy. Put it on me. Christmas, take a back burner. Because we got the new league year. And a day like today is an exciting day. Because I think a lot of things happens for teams like us and other teams around the league. Okay, sorry. That's what I'm mostly going to be focusing on in the second half of this video is the draft. Draft prospects. Draft ideas. Spitballing. Throwing shit around. Just goofing off over here. But man, come a long way since the ending of the season. The Super Bowl ended so well. The Chiefs got the absolute snot smashed out of them. And everybody I talked to leading up to that game were like, hey, who are you going for? And they're all like, we're not going for the Chiefs. And I was like, sweet, that means you and I philosophically align with how we want the Super Bowl to go. And so when the Chiefs started getting the crap beat out of them, partially thanks to Sioux Falls, South Dakota born Cooper DeJean. That was awesome. That was one of my favorite plays of a Super Bowl of all time. I started talking to these people who also wanted the Chiefs to lose leading up to the Super Bowl. And they were like sad. They were like, man, that's not how we wanted the Super Bowl to go. It was sad seeing the Chiefs lose like that. And I was like, you can't have both ways. All right? So get with it. New league year. Chargers are going to start winning. Chiefs are going to start losing even more. So, after our first few underwhelming kind of days of free agency, we find ourselves looking down a kind of barren wasteland of top-end talent, right? And everybody's upset. I was kind of sad that we didn't get DK Metcalf. I was actually extremely upset that we didn't get DK Metcalf. I really wanted him. But if last year showed us anything, this is the Jim and Joe Hartese way, and we probably aren't going to do a lot of splashy stuff like that. We drafted offensive linemen in the first round last year, and I thought people kind of realized that in the middle of the season when we started having one of the best seasons we've seen in a really long time, like, oh, maybe these guys know what's up, and maybe we're just kind of like fans of the team. That's kind of what I want to reiterate. I see Chargers Twitter melting down over like us re-signing Khalil Mack, something that we needed to do very badly, but not getting Devontae Adams. Khalil Mack's right here. Devontae Adams is like a luxury pick. Khalil Mack is the obvious priority there. If we didn't re-sign Khalil Mack and also lose Joey Bosa in the same offseason, that would have been an affront to Jesse Minter and what he did for us last season. So I'm happy we got Khalil Mack back. I like the Najee Harris trade. It's cheap. It's a prove-it deal. It's like a $5 million, 9 with incentives kind of deal. I was talking to one of my coworkers who's a Steelers fan. She went to like one of the Super Bowls with her dad back in the day. And she was like, oh, you got Butterfingers Harris from us. And I was like, yeah, we did. Good deal. She's like, he's always either hurt or fumbling. And I looked, and these are statements that aren't rooted in any kind of actual reality. He's fumbled like 4 times his entire career. I don't know if it's exactly 4. It's like 4. It's around 4 times. He's never missed a game, and he's gotten 1,000 yards behind a work in progress offensive line. Bring him in. Bring J.K. Dobbins back too while we're at it, and then we'll draft to complement. I think that would be a good way to go about things. We had like 25 free agents this year, so we had a lot of money, but we had a lot of holes. We need to fill those holes. On to the draft. So we're thinking about, first of all, have you looked at our 6th round? Do you know how many picks we got in the 6th round? We got like 4 picks. I'm a guy over here, I'm like, I don't think we need 4 picks in the 6th round. I'd be happy with 2 if we can leverage 2 of those picks and maybe a couple pieces into some sort of trade where we go up and get Ashton Genty. Gah! That's like the number one thing I want to have happen. It could. But it's probably the most unlikely. Early on, I thought the most likely thing could happen was Colston Loveland, and I don't believe we're going to be able to get him either. He's climbing up the draft board. He's like overall 13th pick now. I don't think we trade up to get a Colston Loveland. If he's there at 22, I bet we pick, but I don't think we trade up to get a Colston Loveland. I think the most likely outcome in the first round is Omarion Hampton. Omarion Hampton's great, though. Out of North Carolina. He's a pass-catching back, short yardage runner, powerful inside. He keeps his feet moving, pushes piles, makes defenders pay by trying to tackle him, and he breaks the tackles in space. He's good in stride, catches the ball good. Remember when we had Austin Eckler, who was a good ball catcher and runner? I think this would be a good addition, especially in compliment to Najee. In the second round, a guy I really, really like, Caleb Johnson. And then we have offensive guard, Jonah Saviane, I think is how you call it, out of Arizona. Offensive guard. I think he would fit in with the culture really good with the Chargers. Engulfs defenders. Really good pass protector. Walls off defenders in the run game. Yeah, like this guy a lot. He's my favorite guard in the draft. Jonah Saviane from Arizona. Hopefully I get to know how to actually say it when like Matt Money Smith is saying his name over and over again after we draft him in the second round. If we don't do that and we go a different direction in the first round, Cam Skattebo, that's a guy to look for out of Arizona State, not Arizona. Two different Arizonas where I'm talking about here from these two guys. But Cam Skattebo is a really good guy, too. He's really fun to watch. Let's move to what everybody thinks is probably our most important thing we need to do this offseason is wide receiver. I'm a guy who still thinks that we might have something in Brendan Rice. We didn't see any of him last year. I don't know why. I think he was hurt. Don't know what he was hurt with. No, there wasn't really much talk about him. And I want to know why. I want to see what he has. But I know we need help. I think we get Cooper Kupp. I think we get Keenan Allen back. And in the draft, I think my favorite wide receiver is a guy named, well, everybody wanted T. Higgins. We might not get T. Higgins, but what about a Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State? 6'3", 217 pounds to move as smoothly as he does with the hands he does. Sign me up. I like a Jaden Higgins. A guy a lot of people have talked about, I really like too, J.J. Pegues. Hopefully I'm saying that name right again. Ole Miss. Poor man's Travis Hunter. He plays both sides. He can be a fullback. He can be a defensive tackle. He's done a lot. He's a really cool player. I kind of expect us to take a shot at Pegues. I don't think there's a more Harbaugh guy in the draft than him. As far as tight end goes, I think we're in the running for Evan Ingram. I think he's having a meeting with the Chargers today. Even if we do sign him, I think we still go and maybe draft a younger guy too to complement him. My favorite tight end in a kind of slight mid-round pick, Gunnar Helm from Texas. Once again, good football team. He made Quinn Ewers look amazing last year. Sturdy target, really good hands. It would be so cool to have a reliable safety valve for Justin Herbert like Gunnar Helm there. And around the same round of picks, a guy I really like out of Ole Miss again, Princely Umanamillion. Once again, I'm trying to say these names right. Hopefully we pick them, and I can find out how to say these names correctly when, Matt Money Smith be saying his names a bunch or any other kind of ESPN talking head. I really like Princely. Mainly because his name. That's a football name right there. Princely edge rusher. Speed rusher, excellent length. Bends close, and he can pivot, shoots his hands. In transition, speed to power. At the top of the rush, disruptive run defender. He slips blocks and shoots gaps. Rangy, plays in pursuit. I like Princely. Not just saying his name, it's his tape. Second wide receiver I really like and sticks out to me, Savion Williams of TCU. I know a lot of y'all will be like, no more TCU, no more TCU. It's like, LaDainian Tomlinson was from TCU. You watch your mouth. Anyway, I'm sorry I blew up. Savion Williams was a quarterback in high school, and this is something that is aligned with what we got in Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey was a quarterback. I really like the story arc of these wide receivers and playmakers who used to be quarterbacks because they know what a quarterback likes and they know what they're looking for. They know how to fit into what the quarterback's seeing. I like Savion Williams. 6'5", 225. The contested catch skills are nuts. Physical tools evident. Good hands. I know, but come on. Savion Williams from TCU. And the last guy I have on my list is halfway put him here because we lost Joey Bosa. Why don't we just replace him with Jeffrey Bassa? It's like a parallel universe. Joey Bosa, Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker. Jeffrey Bassa's out at Oregon, plays physical, takes on blocks with his hands against a run. He has experience as a defensive back as well, so he can drop back. Good size. Oregon Duck. Why not? Let's go. And with that, those are my main guys that really stuck out to me while I was watching the combine. Do I think I'm going to get all these guys? No. I hope we get a couple, though. Maybe we don't. And then that means I'm just some Chargers fan anyway who doesn't know anything. There's a reason I'm not in the front office. You know, maybe I get there. Maybe I hit on all these picks. I like it. I've been watching more college ball myself as years go by, so I was happy to do that. And hopefully we get a couple of these guys. Go check them out. Let me know what you guys like. Drop a comment below. What are your favorite prospects? Am I missing something? Do you not like a guy? Do you think I'm crazy for thinking Ashton Genty trade up is a possibility? It is, but unlikely. Really want it. Really want it. And on that note, everybody, happy new league year. And suck my butt. Okay, love you. Bye. Go Chargers. Can we get a welcome back for Mike Dub?
That was awesome.
Well done, sir.
Mr. Mundwarf.
I need more of you, buddy.
thanks, dude.
Keep it up.
Great insight. I mean, absolutely some names that we could see. I mean, Cam Scatabo, especially. Like, we don't go running back in the first. I could absolutely see Cam coming to this team.
He's unique. He's unique. He's similar to Najee in that he's not like a breakaway speed guy, but I wouldn't mind having him on, for 4 years.
Yeah.
What round does Cam Scatabo go?
2.
Like 2 or 3.
See, that's where for me it's too rich. With his kind of like his attributes and what he's going to bring to the team, I don't think he'll ever be the number one guy. I think he's going to be a lifetime backup, change of pace guy, and like bruiser. I don't think if we draft him before the 4th, I think I would be bummed. I just don't see the value in like enough like touching the ball to be, and he's not going to take over for Najee after a year. But that's just my personal opinion. I just don't think he'll be that guy.
Yeah, hey.
I watched him play a lot last year, and he may not be like the prototypical guy, but he's a hardball guy, 100% like a hardball tough guy.
Yeah,
he breaks tackles. He plays in all his games essentially. He was doing everything in that playoff game. He was throwing passes for touchdown. The only reason Arizona State was in that game was because of him. Oh yeah. So I'll take playmakers all day. I could see I'd be okay with like trading up a little bit in the 3rd round to get him. I think that would be a good spot for me. If you just look at kind of what we've done in other 3rd rounds.
Absolutely.
For me, it would be reasonable.
Listen, I mean, it's all a crapshoot right now. I mean, a lot of the needs of this team are going to change if any free agency moves happen between now and the draft. So, I mean, a lot of our 1st round picks might change if we get a tight end here in the not too distant future. There's still some free agent tight ends floating around or guys that are looking to be traded. So we'll see when it comes around. But I think Mr. Mundwarf's picks are just as good as anybody else's. And thank you for breaking it down for us and reminding us that the Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl. That's another sweet little nugget that came from the Mundwarf segment. So, Mr. Mundwarf, thank you, buddy, for taking the time to put that together. And now, folks, it's time to go on to the next segment. It is Ask Boltfam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys.
Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do.
I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam, and we start at the top with Tom Little, who asked the question.
Holy shit, Charger chat. First time in here participating Ask Boltfam. Pretty damn intimidating for this old man after listening to all the creative work in the past few months. I hope I don't suck. LOL, don't helicopter on me, please. First, it appears to me that there's a ton of talent in the top 100 of this draft. What's your thoughts on trading down from 22 to get more picks in the top 100? From each of you, do you have any favorite players on day 3? Second, I've heard talk about Tennessee for a road trip. I went a few years ago, and yes, I would go again. Nashville is incredible, even though my favorite spot was an Irish pub we found. Anyone interested in a Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas? Although my wife has already told me no, but what the hell, might have to go by myself. And the third question is, what home game is everyone most excited about? Love you guys. Keep up the great work.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. All right. One at a time here. Questions. Trading up or trading down from 22 to get more picks in the top 100. Absolutely.
You trade back?
Yeah.
There's something to be said for like what we only have 1 year to go off of for what he did in the draft, but I think he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. And listen,
especially if you're going to do it, this might be this year, maybe next year, the years to do it, because those are the years that Harbaugh was in college football and knows the guys and recruited a lot of these guys. Like,
absolutely.
If you're going to do that, it might feel like the year to just don't trade back too far. Like go to just before the Chiefs. So 30.
Yeah,
I'd be fine going back to 30.
Sure.
I don't want any articles coming out about how the Chiefs took somebody that we could have had. I'm not about that fucking life. Okay.
Okay.
It's all about the articles.
Yeah. Don't come at me with that shit.
I don't want to read that. What about you, Kyle? Do you feel the same way, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, 22 is just, it's not like if it's a top 10 pick, you got to give me something really good to move out of it. I just think if there's a guy that someone's willing to trade with me to go up and get, I want him. That's kind of how I feel. Unless it's that quarterback. If one of those quarterbacks falls a little bit and there's a quarterback needy team that wants to move back up, and you can get what we don't need because the guy's sitting there, or like a left tackle. There's a couple of spots that we have solidified that we don't need. So if the stars align and one of those guys falls that somebody really, really wants, but I think if a tight end, a guard, or a running back, one of those top guys is there, I don't see us moving out. But there's definitely a world where we do it, with mentioning Harbaugh's knowledge of college players right now, and with Ortiz's love for draft picks and wanting to build this thing in the draft, which we've seen through free agency. I think it makes a lot of sense to do that.
Couldn't have said it better. Any day 3 guys that you got your eyes on?
Just because I love Justin Herbert now, and I'm an Oregon Duck fan. I think there's some smaller wide receivers out there, maybe not necessarily who we're looking for, but I kind of like Tez Johnson out of Oregon. He's a quick guy. He's 5'10", but that would be a cool addition if we wait long enough to get a wide receiver now that we picked up Mike Will. I like those teams.
I thought you were going to say Herbert's brother. I thought you were going to go Patrick.
I don't think. I think he's going undrafted. He didn't get invited to the combine or anything. So maybe you pick that. That's an easy pickup.
7th round.
No, I think you just get him to come to the team.
You're like your brothers here.
If he was going to pick where to go, come play with us.
Yeah, that's easy. So wait on that. Pick him up. I think that'll be an awesome practice squad player.
Yes.
But I think Tez Johnson would be cool. He's quick.
Nice. I haven't done any mock drafts, so I can't speak on any day 3 players. But I'm sure as we get closer, we're going to start doing some mocks here.
We got to fire up some mocks. Maybe we do one on the Patreon tonight. A quick one that we just rapid fire somehow.
Ooh. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Tennessee road trip. Yes, we've talked about possibly going to Tennessee for the away game, just for Kevin and my sake, because it is the closest driving distance
close
outside of Kansas City. So
what's the drive to Titans?
It's about 5 hours.
Yeah, I'd say it's about that.
It's like your Vegas trip. It's like you driving home from Vegas.
It's like my drive to Vegas. Yeah.
It's
not bad.
And we'll make a road trip out of it. We'll make it sick. We'll stop. We'll see the sights. We'll, do all kinds of stuff. And then we'll get you a really, really cheap Frontier Airlines flight to meet us there. And just don't bring any luggage because that'll be about $300.
Putting it on the Charger Chat card.
Yeah, we'll make that a business expense.
That's right.
$49 flight.
Nothing but the best here.
Nothing but the best.
First class Frontier.
Frontier first class.
That's an extra $20.
It's really just the mindset at that point. You feel like you're a first class.
You just sit closer to the front. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But it's all dependent on when the schedule comes out. Kevin and I, we've got work sometimes that falls on our Sunday. So as long as it doesn't coincide with that, we'll make it happen.
We'll announce it to the world.
I just saw the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins extensions. Their deals. Jamar Chase got a 4-year, $161 million deal.
ridiculous.
That's $40 million a year. T. Higgins got a 4-year, $115 million a year deal. That's almost $30 million a year. They paid a guy $40 million and $30 million each for the wide receiver position when their defense is absolute dog doo-doo.
I'm thinking another 9-8 season for sure.
Holy smoke.
You can only be so good at one. You can't be that good at one side and not spend any money on the other.
I know.
Or maybe they know something we don't, but it's the Bengals.
But they
so
lost
I don't think
both
they
of
do.
they're going to lose both of their best pass rushers too on that crappy defense.
Yeah.
That's
They're
wild.
preying on a good draft, I guess. Who knows? Maybe we're the ones that they trade with so we can get some more picks or something.
Here, if we can get 70% of the production out of Mike Will that T. Higgins is going to put up, I'll take that $6 million all day, baby.
Yeah, how many? That's 7 Mike Williams. I'll take 7 Mike Williams
Yeah,
over
you think-
1 Jamar Chase.
You think Mike could have 700 yards and 6 touchdowns? I think that's very possible.
Absolutely.
And that's a fraction of that contract. Don't trust me on the math. We know how I am with math, but it feels right.
And let's see, Dallas game Thanksgiving. That would be fun. Chargers haven't had a Thanksgiving game in a while. I'm trying to think.
It was
of
Dallas.
It had to be
they played
Dallas.
Dallas on
The
Thanksgiving.
Keenan Allen game went off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Keenan
right.
went off.
Maybe if Keenan comes back, that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Don't get in trouble with your wife, though.
But yeah, listen. Happy wife.
We don't want to
happy
get in
life.
between the family life here. We consider you family, but we don't want to ruin your real family.
And what home game is everyone most excited about? Is it the Brazil game?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the first game of the season. So even though it's technically not a home game, I'll take that.
Yeah, it's technically a home game, but it's not going to be at home. Probably the most favorite game, but we're most excited for a game. But as far as the other home opponents I'm looking at here, I mean, there's nothing I'm like crazy. I mean, the Eagles, that's going to be a crazy game for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, Super Bowl winners. Playing against the Commanders. We had a lot of Chargers go to the Commanders, man. They're going to come back.
They've
to
been
SoFi.
swiping us.
Yeah.
Swiping.
So I think those are going to be some exciting games there, Tom. Thank you so much for asking the question. Let's move it on now to BTFU Chargers guy, who asked the question.
Oh, my Chargers homies. I got a question for you guys, baby. Question number 1. What do you think about free agency so far and why, baby? On the count of 3, thumbs up or thumbs down. 3, 2, 1, go, baby.
Here we go. Yeah, there it is, baby. We got thumbs up across the board, baby.
It just took Kyle and I going to Vegas, and then it got good. I was like here, turned into that. Yeah,
It was a little shaky.
and then we went up.
I was never worried. I mean, I'm very happy that we got Mekhi Becton. I think that's the best signing I think we could have asked for in this offseason.
That solves my biggest concern on this team.
Yeah. So, I mean, but even if we didn't, I still would have been thumbs up. I mean, for everything that we've gotten so far, Najee Harris, Denzel Perryman back, Mike Williams, like
Khalil Mack back.
Khalil Mack. I mean, like those are all huge things. And it's like, it's not like there's a deadline. Like, okay, we got to sign guys by next week.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all off season. Like there's going to be plenty of opportunity to bring more guys on this team. So big thumbs up from us. BTFU Chargers guy, baby. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Jenny Bailey.
Jenny,
who asked the question.
Who's your favorite free agency signing so far? I know it's a boring question, but I'm curious. If someone asks that question, what do you see as the biggest hole currently on the roster as of recording? Bolt the F up in FTR.
Welcome back, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
Missed you.
Yeah,
How you
good to hear from you, Jenny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's answer both.
Yeah.
Free agency signing so far.
Can I tell you honestly?
Take it.
Mike Will.
Yeah.
It just made me happy. It brought back the warm. It might not be like the most exciting one, but it like brought the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah.
Because I know what he can do. I watched him do it for 7 years or whatever it was. Like I know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like warm and fuzzy. I really liked the Khalil Mack. I think it was because of all the timing of everything. Because we didn't know if Khalil Mack was even going to play anymore, and then the fear that he would go to someone like the Chiefs or something was really, really high on my worry board. So you let Joey Bosa walk, you waive him, and then right away, boom, you kind of put all of my fears at ease really fast. So for me, and I love Khalil Mack. I think he's the man. I think in the locker room, you can't get anything better. You saw the way Jim Harbaugh was like forcing Joe Ortiz.
Hey, man, Joe.
Yeah, that was funny.
All of that added up to that being my favorite so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree on both of those. I mean, favorite, it's Mekhi Becton just because of the size, the stature, the ability, the position is just such a huge need for the Chargers. I mean, we saw our biggest issues last year as far as the offense goes. It was wide receiver and the offensive line. Mm-hmm. And we needed to at least bring somebody in to compete and be a part of that. And to have Mekhi Becton come in, and there's no question in my mind that it's not a competition. He is in that line. It's now going to be a competition for the guys of last year to be like, you have to step up your game.
Who's going to play center? Or do we draft another guard? Do we move Zion to center?
I don't know, but those are exciting questions, I think, to see where this team ends up filling those needs.
Yeah.
Even bringing Bradley Bozeman back, I'm not saying that he's going to be the starter, but the team loves him. The players love him. So that is a good thing to have in that locker room, is a guy that the players love playing with. And, say what you will, the way that he dove on that, who was the player that took the cheap shot at Justin Herbert last year?
Oh, shit. What was his name?
I can't even remember. His name's not important. What's important is what Bradley Bozeman did to protect his quarterback and got the team rallied around him and probably got a game ball.
Well, if you got another monster guard next to you, he's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
The big worries were the guards for me on this one. And
yeah.
If we can upgrade at center, cool, but maybe that's not the move.
Listen, Mekhi Becton wasn't meant for tackle, moved to guard, did great things. Zion Johnson played at guard. I'm not going to say he's terrible, but moving into center, I might see some great things.
Counterpoint, Trey Pipkins moved to guard.
Trey Pipkins moved to Texas. Could be great things. You don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But as far as other biggest holes currently on the roster, what do you think are the biggest?
Tight end.
Yeah.
That's the big one for me.
I think tight end's the biggest hole right now.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, love Will Dissly, and I think he'd be a great backup.
He's going to be great on the team. If he can put up those numbers while you have a guy ahead of him that can actually catch the ball a little better, he's a great running.
He's a great number two, great blocker.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
So, it'd be great to get another top, a tight end one. I think a wide receiver one is also, or a 1A. I don't know how you want to slice it.
Yeah.
So I think those are also opportunities.
I don't even know what tight ends we have in our contract right now outside of Will Dissly. Stone Smart left. Hayden Hurst was a 1-year deal.
Yeah, Stone Smart's gone. I think Tucker Fisk.
Tucker Fisk is the only one.
Yeah.
Like that's a hole. That's a hole that needs to get filled.
And I don't know.
Tomlinson.
I was just going to say, I don't know if Tomlinson is still hanging around.
I know there's some practice squad guys.
Absolutely, there will be some practice squad
guys. No one that
was
like really contributing last year.
Yeah. So there you go, Jenny. Thank you
we'll come back
for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Andrew Ramsey. Who asked the question?
God.
Kyle Avo is over, and I leave you with this. I have a dream that our unborn children and Kyle living children will one day play together in a $30,000 cabana in SoFi Stadium, for they will not be affected by their father's feud, but transformed by the content of their character towards one another. I have a dream that one day down in Los Angeles, where its ferocious boat brigade, with its coach having his lips dripping with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, one day right down in Thunder Alley, little Andrew and big Kyle Duggan will be able to join hands with each other and with sisters and brothers of the Charger Chat Patreon to watch the Lord lift up this team with every rival being made low, the rough fans of opposing franchises being made plain, and the crooked refs made straight when we play the Chiefs. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall be seen together when the Chargers take home the Lombardi. I have a dream. questions. One, after the first wave of free agency, can we pretty much pin down the first 3 rounds we should see an edge, tight end, and running back? And 2, Kevin, what player on the Chargers do you compare your beard-growing game to, and what Chargers players accurately reflects Adam and Kyle's beards? Ken loves you, bye.
Look at that. We got olive branches.
Right. He takes a fucking shot at me at the end with my beard.
I was just asking to compare.
Yeah. You could decide what that means.
Yeah.
You could say your beard is Justin Herbert if you wanted to. He's not saying that it's not.
Honestly,
like it's Pipkins.
Honestly, that's a pretty good comparison.
It's up to you. You get to decide.
I feel like this is a shock.
I don't think
it doesn't have to be. You get to decide if it's a shock.
Let's talk about your kids playing with his unborn kid in a $30,000 suite.
Okay, can you repeat that one for me?
That wasn't a question. That was just his dream of wanting to, live in harmony between you and his unborn children.
You gotta watch out for the jagged elbow because it's pretty serious.
If your heart is pure and you truly
and your eyes are warm,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We'll look at the first question here. So the first wave of free agency out of the way. Do we think we're going edge, tight end, running back? Not necessarily in that order, but within the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I might look at. Honestly, I could see us taking another guard.
Yeah.
I really could.
Absolutely. I could see us taking a guard. I could see us taking another wide receiver.
If one of those guys falls into the first round, like I could absolutely see us being a first round pick at 22 guard.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on what's there, but if it all lines up that those are in the tops of the best players at those positions, I think you definitely go that position. Those are the holes that we have right now. But that's not to say that they're not going to get filled in free agency.
Absolutely.
But as of right now, yes, as the question stated, I think those are the 3 that you need to fill. I just don't think that we draft solely based on need. I think there's a little bit of need, but also there is some best available. So if a guy drops at a different position, I think they're going to get drafted.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. You can start with Kyle and me if you want to compare our beards to Charger players.
He did say bread growing game. So what did he mean?
I think he meant beard, but maybe he meant bread. Do we talk a lot about bread growing here on the Charger Chat?
As you can see, I don't have a lot of confidence.
My wife makes a mad sourdough loaf, so
I believe it.
It's pretty nominal.
Oh, I had it actually.
You had it at my house.
I had a slice.
My confidence in my beard is not much. So who has the least amount of confidence on the team?
QJ.
Quentin. Yeah, Quentin beard.
Okay.
But it might grow stronger.
Yeah.
And it might get better hands.
See, that's the thing, man. I want to say this.
Grip. Might have better grip. Catching food falling out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Having Mike Williams back, I think, is going to really help QJ out.
It just pushes him further down the line.
No, but I mean, like, having a veteran presence. Like, when we drafted QJ, who was the wide receiver on the team?
Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
They were both on the team when we got QJ?
Yeah. Yeah, QJ was 2 years ago.
I don't think he's going to have that much impact. What the problems he's having right now are his and his alone. I don't know if it's technique. I don't know what it is. But if anything, this just pushes him further down the line.
So
but it just changes his
That's how you would talk about your beard?
Yeah, probably.
You're pushing your beard down the line.
No, but I don't mean it because I love him, because I love my beard and my face. But so
just like
wild.
you love QJ.
Just like I love QJ.
All right.
Quick.
Yeah. I just have to go clean shaven from here on out.
So what about Kyle and mine?
Yeah, you got great beards.
Well, what
player are we?
Yeah.
Kyle is younger, so I will give him the Justin Herbert of beards.
Oh, wow.
Bulldog is the older, but still like phenomenal. Like
Khalil Mack.
Got what it takes. Yeah. It's coming back for another year kind of beard.
Coming back for
another year.
One more year.
That beard won't quit.
One more.
Yeah, that beard's not going
I can't quit you.
That beard's getting another 16 mil this year. You know what I mean? You feel me?
All right.
He's loyal. It's a loyal beard.
It is, yeah.
That beard got offered way more money to go to another team. It got another star, and it's coming back.
I'm going to get a little C. Put it right on
On our next merch, you're gonna have a C on your beard.
I think whatever game we end up going to, I'm just gonna like Velcro a little C patch. All right, Mr. Ramsey, thank you for asking the question, and we go out of Ask Boltfam with Athir Kadir.
Kadir,
who asked the question?
I have a couple of things to start with before my question, baby. Please, thanks, baby. George's family and Boltfam, the best in the world. I love you all with my heart and soul, baby. Relax. I said again, relax. Coach Harbaugh and General Manager Ortiz, they know what they're doing, baby. Relax. Everything will be fine. Do not panic, baby. Long way to go, no doubt, baby. Second, if I play poker against my coach and GM, I will win, baby. LOL. They do not know how to bluff. Ha! I live in Michigan all the way to California. I sold everyone will be back. LMAO. Not when you need to improve your team, baby. LMAO. Now to my question. I have only one, baby. Loveland is off the board. Do you go running back Hampton or Booker guard or trade back or someone else, baby? We always start with my lovely coach Kyle, followed by my awesome friend Kevin, and we finish with my love, my heart, my baby, my life, Wooldog, baby. P.S. Wooldog and Kevin, make it there happy, baby. I want 3 different answers. We're not playing this week, LOL. Let's go, baby.
All right.
Make them happy.
I'm going to try. I'm going to write it down to prove that I'm not copying somebody.
That's fine. You're not the first to go. It's Kyle.
I know. I don't want to.
Running back Hampton, Booker guard, trade back, or just some other wild card, baby.
It's tough. I think it's what's going to be so fun about this draft. It was almost like the QJ draft. We just did not know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you put a gun in my head in that situation, I had to pick one. I would probably say trade. Frick. Omarion Hampton, I just don't know if he's the guy. I really just don't know if he's the guy. So I think I would say trade back and stockpile some picks. Final answer.
Okay. All right. So it's an option. It's there.
Yep.
Trade back. Trade back.
There's a part of me that wants so bad to have every member of our offensive line come in the first round.
In the first round.
Because if we drafted Booker here, every single player on our offensive line would be a first-round draft pick if Zion started at center.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a world where that could happen.
Absolutely.
And I would not be mad about having another first-round offensive lineman. Like Kyle said, I don't know what Hampton is. Only reason he's really on my radar is because people are talking about him the last 2 months. Didn't watch a lot of North Carolina games. There's one running back that I heard about all year long, and we know who I'm talking about. He's not. I don't think he's coming to us. So give me the safe bet on this. Like, picking these guys that we know they don't need to be boom or bust. They can just be great and improve. So give me Booker.
Okay. I'm going to say a name that we might not necessarily see at that pick.
Ashton.
We might have to move up. Might not have to move up a ton.
Is that it?
But maybe just a couple of spots and get Tyler Warren.
God, that would be so sick.
Just a couple spots.
I think he's my favorite first-round pick.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's like my number one, and then Genty, and then I'm open.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm free agent.
I think you could trade up mid-teens. And
go up pretty far. I think you probably have to go 8 to 10 spots.
Yeah, mid-teens. Yeah. So we're sitting on this, like you're the one that said, like, we might be stockpiling this cash in a trade deal to move up in the draft. And I think if we were to do it in probably one of our biggest areas of need, get the absolute stud with the flow that rivals Justin Herbert's, Tyler Warren.
I would be totally fine trading up for Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be so sick.
Well,
we broke his tape down on Patreon, dude, and it was like everyone was like giddy and giggling.
It was like wow.
It was like
wow.
This tape was crazy.
Yeah. So there you go, Athir. 3 different answers. So we hope you're happy.
Yeah.
And thank you, buddy, for asking the question. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. Greatly appreciate it. That's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Hey, it's the off season, baby. Anything and everything can happen every week, so stick around. We'll catch you on the next episode. Any final thoughts?
No, I feel good.
Yeah. It feels good.
We only got like 30 days to the draft, so let's just keep our heads down.
Yeah.
Getting near 400 episodes here.
We are.
So I think we might have
close.
something special for the 400th episode. We might jump in our DeLorean and go back and listen to what we said 5 years ago. We'll have some fun.
We will, folks. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
I love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Tired of high-quality audio? Too clean? Well, have no fear. Wooldog's Whoopsie Audio is here to ruin everything you love about sound. Wooldog's Whoopsie Audio takes your pristine sound and gives it the Whoopsie treatment. Need your podcast to sound like it's being broadcast through a tin can? Or maybe your music needs more static? Wooldog's got you covered. From pops, crackles, and random noises, we specialize in turning crisp, clear audio into absolute chaos. With Wooldog's Whoopsie Audio, we guarantee your audio will never be the same again. Unless, of course, you hate it. Which, let's be real, you probably will. Wooldog's Whoopsie Audio. Because who needs quality when you can have fun?